we've been doing some Zoom-based events, which have been successful, and we've been trying to pair those events up, of course, with eating and drinking.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, welcome to our Realtors Conspiracy podcast. We're here today with Clinton Howell, who definitely cracked the code to real estate success during this COVID. Clinton, how you doing?
Well, how are you?
Good. So, let's just jump right into it. You've been on a podcast before, but tell us how you take on COVID in a digital way and how you leverage in your online marketing platforms.
Well, I mean, it's been a challenging time, I can assure you. I mean,
Oh, definitely.
our business is way down, so even though we've had some success, it hasn't been an easy period. But keeping positive and working hard, and we're not sitting around watching Netflix all day.
No.
Just part of the day. But yeah, so I mean, some of the things we've done really is mostly just stayed in touch with people. Is the key, just trying to communicate and call friends, call clients, keep in touch. Lots of Zoom calls, and lots of Zoom drinking as well.
Yeah, those are cool. I do that too. Keeping in touch with people. You're doing some events online. I think that's really, really cool. Like, you're very community oriented. You do lots of events usually, but now you're doing them online.
Yeah, so a big part of our marketing generally has been lots of hosting lots of in-person events, right? Like where meeting people. Usually, you hear my dogs barking in the background.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone ordered skip the dishes. So I mean, a lot of in-person events is what we normally have been doing for a lot of our marketing, and the in-person events, have all stopped, of course, and so we had to get creative to keep our community together and to stay in touch with people. So we've been doing some Zoom-based events, which have been successful, and we've been trying to pair those events up, of course, with eating and drinking.
Yeah, there you go. That's fun. And then how do you keep positive? What do you do? Like, how do you keep it up with the positivity?
I mean, it's not always easy. I just try to focus on the future, and just know that we're going to get through this time. And also, a big part of it is just being a spiritual person. I believe in God, and faith in my spiritual beliefs, and that's been very helpful, because this time we spend on earth is limited compared to eternity, so that kind of puts things in perspective a little bit. But just try and draw from other people's positive energy. I try and be supportive for people when they're having challenges, and I've got friends and people that are family as well that are supportive of me when I'm having challenges. So it's just it's really kind of a day-by-day thing, but I think you can choose to be positive even when you're feeling up against a challenge. So that's what I try and do.
It's important to just keep it up, even if you're not deep down. Sometimes to just force yourself to be.
Keep trying to find the silver lining in things, and there usually is one.
Yeah.
And I'd heard this before in the past, and I was reminded of it recently. But the word crisis, if you look at the Chinese symbols for the word crisis, it's one part danger and one part opportunity.
Ah, cool. There you go. That's a really good way to think of it. Nice.
In every problem, there's an opportunity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell me I guess, what keeps you motivated to continue to do business right now, even though, like, you're doing really good compared to others, but at the same time, you're creative, you're innovative, you're going out there.
And I deal with these dogs for
okay.
Between Amazon and Wayfair and Skip the Dishes, the dogs are losing their mind.
And everybody now is glad to see that when you got up, you had pants on, so it's not.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And I've had lots of Zoom meetings in my pajamas, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I do too. The 8 o'clock in the morning chamber meetings are in my PJ pants.
Yeah, that's been fun. It's been fun not having to worry about fashion, really. I've been dressing like a couple of days ago. I had pajama pants on with socks that had pickles on them, and a dress shirt because I had a business meeting.
Nice. So there you go. See, that's cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so do you want to tell us about a little bit your story with the listing you sold fully virtually online?
Yeah, so I had a townhouse listing in South Burlington, and just early on in the pandemic when the protocols were just getting fleshed out, and the COVID-19 questionnaires, and they were just sort of getting finalized. And so it was a bit more nerve-wracking at that point than it is now. It's a bit more, we've done this a couple times now, kind of.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it was pretty nerve-wracking, and so we did, well, you did a virtual tour for me, which had a ton of traction. A lot of people looked at that tour. And we did, of course, we allowed in-person showings. This townhouse, it would have probably had 20 or more showings within a couple of days, a few months ago. And it only had 2 in-person showings. And which was good. We were happy about that. We didn't really want to encourage in-person showings, so 2 was perfect. Yeah. And we ended up getting an offer within 3 days, and the offer was from a buyer that had not even stepped foot in the house. It was from the virtual tour, and we got the place sold. So that was kind of cool. Our first virtual deal. Yeah.
Congrats! Yeah, that was awesome. It was good.
Yeah.
Great success story, right? How to leverage technology. Now you can do it for your next listing.
Yeah, exactly right. So we had a couple more deals since then. We had a purchase, and we've also got a listing on the go right now. And one of my agents, Brenda McGregor, has had a couple of success stories as well. And I'd say in all cases, there's been a combination of in-person and virtual. Yep. But I'd say that the virtual technologies have allowed us to cut back on the in-person stuff by 80 or more %, I would say.
Amazing. Which, like I said in my other episode, it helps the safety of your sellers, the safety of your buyers, saves you time.
It's been good. It does make it a bit more challenging, but it makes it much safer. And the buyers are much more discerning in terms of what they want to see in person now. So when people do take the time to go see something in person, they're very pre-qualified in terms of.
Yeah, they're ready. Right?
Very serious buyers at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're using the listing websites, which you've always used before, but now it's our 50th podcast episode today, so you're the 50th. Congrats.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we're going to give away a free listing website. The details will be in the description, but tell us, how do you use your listing websites? How do you leverage it? How do you use it?
Well, I mean, I think every single listing, we have you do the listing website for us every time. And no, it's great. I mean, instead of just having links to a slideshow or links to a virtual tour in the listing, we do a link to our listing website. And then when someone goes to that site, they have an extended photo library, they have the virtual tour, they've got other tools like mortgage calculators and scheduling tools, and they've got, so it's a very comprehensive, with the details of the site. It's just a different perspective, gives someone a lot more information than they might be able to get just looking at the listing itself.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's kind of a nice way. And then so we also get we have you print up a rider for us that attaches across the top of the for sale sign, and so when people are driving by, they can punch in the website and quickly get some information instead of having to search through Realtor.ca to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's some of the ways we use it. It's been definitely a great tool.
Yeah. And then how are you winning listings now? When you're going to presentations, like you said, you had a buyer, you had a listing, what are you using?
Well, pretty much my new hairstyle wins the listing every time, right?
You just like,
Do the Trudeau thing.
no.
uh, yeah, no, for the most part, we just, we just leverage our testimonials that we've had from past clients to demonstrate the experience that we've provided for different clients in the past. And we have, we show examples of the marketing that we do, the high quality photography, the virtual tours. We talk about our responsiveness in terms of how we're going to handle incoming calls and how we're going to handle the whole COVID-19 situation confidently. And, we'll just go through the whole process, and we do a ton of research as well in terms of home value and stuff. Because one of the big concerns people have is that they're going to get the right price in the right amount of time. And so I think, doing your homework and on past sales in an area and really studying the values is very important to win the client's
Yeah,
confidence. So yeah, we're just really trying to do a very competent, personalized job, and that seems to work well for us.
that's amazing. That's really good. And then are you putting in place procedures for after COVID? Like, what are you planning for, like, how to keep your clients safe, but also how you're going to handle all the business you're going to get?
Oh, yeah, that'll be a great problem to stick handle for sure. I think we're just gonna it's just gonna be kind of a day by day, week by week thing. It's hard to say how the whole COVID-19 thing is gonna completely unfold. I personally feel like realistically, like COVID-19 is gonna be around for quite a while, and
Yeah.
it's not really a short term problem. So there's gonna need to be just a lot of ongoing changes with how we do things, and I just kind of deal with it as it comes, right? I think it's great that there's been so many changes in how retail stores have made accommodations for physical distancing, the plexiglass windows,
Yeah.
and sanitizing carts, and all that kind of stuff. And those are kind of permanent changes, I feel. And I also feel that in our industry, things like the COVID-19 questionnaires and emphasizing virtual tours and minimizing contact with people's properties is going to be kind of a permanent thing too. I believe so. Yeah, so we'll have to just sort of play it by ear and see how it goes. But we'll just keep leveraging technology and keep working with the tools that we have access to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And then in your personal life now, we're going to dig into, did you notice anything positive that came out of COVID in your life? Like, are you changing some habits? Are you improving in some way?
um, well, I've never washed my hands so much in my entire life. But yeah, I think that there has been some realizations, just in terms of uh, spending more, just like spending more quality time with family, spending more time at home.
Yeah,
That life doesn't have to be so busy all the time. And,
true.
so I mean, I have enjoyed some of the components in terms of just having some downtime, and I'm very much a go 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 kind of a person. So I know you are as well. So it's been
Yeah, it's huge difference. It's a huge difference.
very grounding, in that sense. In terms of just stay home and don't touch your face. So so that's been interesting. The dogs are very fit, so I mean, I've been enjoying a lot of dog
Oh,
walks.
my dog is like crazy for walks now.
It's been enjoyable. I think those things have been enjoyable.
Yeah,
I've spent a lot of time together. She's been working from home. Her company that she works for never fully closed, but the
yeah,
people that have been working from home largely and having to pop into the office here and there just to pick up certain things. So yeah, so it's been kind of eye opening. It definitely brings out it for me. It's really shown me how much I appreciate my relationships and my in-person meetings with friends and family, because I really miss those in-person interactions a lot. So that's been good. Maybe something that I took for granted in the past, I would say, is being able to go for a coffee or go out for a nice dinner, or these types of things. Just it always was available, and then now it's been taken away. It's like, hey, I really like those things. I want those.
yeah.
I
Having
want
a latte, having a lunch, wine, all of
just appreciating things,
that.
and
Mhm.
I really appreciate just all the lessons, to be honest,
Yeah.
of the COVID-19 for the world. I just hope that some of these lessons have longer, I would say longer, more traction, like in terms of, you know, how quickly the climate is clearing up, even though these changes are superficial. I mean, the underlying problems are there and they've been accumulating. Just to, you know, for India to be able to see the Himalayas, or you know, just stuff like that. It just kind of blows my mind. It's like they haven't seen those mountains in what, 20 or 30 years, and now they can have a clear view of them. So, you know, just all this stuff that we see every year, you know, the smog and the pollution, and just how the planet really doesn't need us humans. We're just here destroying the place. So I just hope that some of these lessons that we're being exposed to make in, you know,
Make an
long
impact.
changes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks for coming, sharing your story, your successes, and all of that with us.
Thank you. Well, thanks so much for the opportunity. It's always fun, and
Yeah.
get safe. Can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah, me too. Get a hug.
Exactly.